let's go into it.
Yeah, so we are entering Game 3, which is the 2v2 in the CSL versus Purdue University versus the University of North Texas. Loading up now. And first off, in the bottom two positions, in the green eyeshadow and the blue eyeshadow, we have sOne and FroGasM fighting for the University of North Texas.
And up in the top left-hand corner and the top right-hand corner, we have the purple Zerg, Bobmoo, and the orange Terran, Doom, representing Purdue University for the Collegiate Star League team.
Yes, and I've nicknamed this tag team Bob Doom because Bobmoo, he's just very simple.
I like that.
I've heard very early. Oh my God, are you serious? We have two, I guess, relatively early scouts. We do have the pylon in the base, so hopefully we're not going to see cheese.
I don't think this is going to be too cheesy, at least. And also, just a side note, I'm going to call the other team sGasM. I do actually like that.
sGasM, not Fro1.
Team sGasM.
Oh, and actually these workers, these workers are actually going to take off.
Doom might lose that SCV.
Yeah, it loses an SCV and actually delays the barracks, which, to be honest, is the old riddle: how many SCVs does it take to build a barracks? And this is actually very annoying.
Quite a few SCVs to just get this barracks up. I think FroGasM is doing, or Team sGasM is doing a wonderful job delaying Doom's mining.
Oh yeah, and as mentioned, it's all about delaying the barracks. And having those two workers is a huge nuisance just compared to the one, because instead of just pulling one additional SCV, you have to pull the two SCVs to make sure that barracks is complete. Oh, and he might lose another SCV right here. Oh, so close, but this probe is going in for the kill. Oh, no, and is actually going to repair.
It, yep. Yeah. I like that move. But it looks like Bobmoo actually just has his pool finishing up, and FroGasM just a little bit behind in the pool timing, but he's going to have his up in just a couple of seconds. But let's see, if we took at the unit counting station, it looks like both of the Zerg players stopping at about 16 drones for now, and just getting those queens up.
Yeah, what's interesting right now, FroGasM only has one drone on his gas. So I don't know if that was a mistake, or if he's intentionally just having one guy on gas.
Oh yeah, it's a good question, as he does finally have that spawning pool researching speed. So I don't know, he might be getting the gas for potentially a baneling nest, do you think?
He could be just slowly getting it there, but I mean he's gonna be behind Bobmoo, whose baneling nest is already half completed. Oh, and maybe FroGasM wanted to throw down that expansion a lot earlier. Having more drones on minerals rather than gas. Yeah, and that's exactly it. As soon as that expansion went down, then we saw the three guys go on the gas geyser.
So it looks like a very well mapped out build from FroGasM. And actually, one thing I want to note is that that early, actually there's a little bit of aggression going on from Bobmoo, losing a couple of Zerglings, poking and seeing what exactly the composition of Team sGasM was. But I was going to say, Doom was a little bit behind.
Oh, hold that thought. sOne has now just thrown down a proxy pylon behind Bobmoo's mineral line. And it is currently out of sight of Bobmoo, but he should have seen the probe leaving his base. Do we have a forge up? No, we don't have a forge, but with that warp gate nearly complete, he can start warping in zealots and stalkers behind the line, and even worse, it's going to be behind this bunker.
Oh, that's going to spell so much trouble for Bobmoo and Doom.
And Warpgate has
might actually end up having to use
now just finished, and we're going to see this core gate all warping in. This is going to be very dangerous very soon.
And I think he's actually going to be able to take it down before the warp gates are able to warp anything in.
Yeah, and the first 4 stalkers are just being warped in around the middle of the map. So we have Ling, Baneling, and Stalker. Yep, we have Ling, Baneling, Stalkers versus Ling Baneling Marines right now with a bunker. So this is going to come down to Micro making sure those Banelings don't nail either the Lings or the Marines at this point.
I feel like I have to give the advantage to Team sOne in this situation, though, as they do seem to have a little bit more of a scarier army. Oh, actually, Doom bringing out the tank. Does he have a siege check? No, does not have siege check on the way, but hold on, I thought this Team sOne actually moving up, doing a lot of damage with his own, or sorry, taking a lot of damage, almost bringing down that bunker. The bunker is probably going to go down. The Zergling's doing a lot of damage to these Marines, but it looks like, oh, FroGasM actually going for the run-by into the main. Oh, no. And
it's actually picking off the tank. This is huge upset. Since siege hasn't even been started, they just hit a little too early for, huge Baneling bust.
The Banelings on the drone.
Purdue University is now majorly behind from that little push right now. So as long as they can stabilize, that's going to be good. But this 4-gate pressure is going to be a lot of trouble, especially with these Banelings being so effective versus Lings and Marines.
Yeah, I feel like if Purdue University can find some magical way to hold off this pressure, they won't be too far behind. Just a couple of workers behind. Their economy won't be too bad, but I'm not sure that they can hold off this insane pressure from Team sOne.
Yeah, and now more Lings are run by to interrupt the mining time from Purdue University, and we have almost a total of 25 workers compared to the 46 workers.
Yeah, and it looks like Bobmoo is going to lose his expansion hatchery. It's looking pretty grim for the Purdue University players off Doom.
Yeah, and especially with still Banelings and Zerglings running around, this is a huge trouble. A big Baneling bust to clear out these Zerglings, but the Banelings are eating a lot of mining time out of Doom still, and just blows up on a supply depot, but isn't able to destroy it.
Yeah, I feel like we're just going to be waiting for the GG at this point, unfortunately, for the University players. Looks like they really weren't able to hold off the pressure.
And to be completely honest, looking at Doom's build, I didn't get the exact timing of when this factory came down, but since that barracks was delayed for that long, with that early 2 workers harassment, it delayed the tank timing. Usually you can get 2 tanks out and stim complete around 7 minutes and 10 seconds, roughly, and that's when a lot of this big pressure came out in this game. So as long as he hit that timing perfectly without that harassment, he could have held off the Banelings from the tank splash damage and the Stalkers from the tank splash damage.
Yeah, don't let anyone ever tell you that, those early workers do not matter. Doom lost a lot of mining time with having those workers pulled off, so a great job from the University of North Texas for putting on that great worker harass and really, I think, putting Bobmoo a little bit on the back end in terms of where his build order was.